Deb Helfrich, the founder of Wellbeing Philosophy, here at Denisha's. I am the She Sherlock of evolutionary logic. She Sherlock of human energy, potential, and well-being, with deductive reasoning and just fixing a bunch of faulty paradigms. I can explain consciousness. I've sorted the hard problem of consciousness into easy pivot, and I have done the logic for nearly 2.5 years by myself with no outside interruption. Trusting. Is this valid? Is that valid? Trusting that one day I'd be certain. And I am. Now, of course, I haven't thought through everything. There's only so much one can think about in 2.5 years. Isolation and destitution and 5 months of homelessness. Only so much one can think about. But I've strategically done my thinking to the point where the universe is coherent to me. Life as a human being who's 52 years old, a redhead body, is coherent to me. And I've also, kept careful notes. I can do the logic to take away what's unique to me and what's pretty well, median or common. I have the data that quite a lot of people didn't have the aversion to the sun I had until about 51. There are things about ourselves, like these things we know that we never talk about. And as a society, we've been whipped into focusing the bulk of our day on putting money in someone's GL account balance. We're not freely thinking our own thoughts. And often our own thoughts are, of course, like, why are you spending all your time thinking for somebody you don't even know of? You can't even conceive of the people who ultimately benefit from your labor. In most cases, in the U.S. of hypocrisy. These big multinationals, are you laboring for somebody who has your values? Are you putting billions of dollars in the pockets of somebody who doesn't have the greatest global good at heart? A well-functioning society would be one where this sort of question had already come up. I can do this anytime, any place, any topic. There's a range of things I won't talk about. I don't know what they are. Mostly, again, I'm cool with everything that's happening on planet Earth. I get it. I could step away from saying that's evil and go, well, what is evil? Why is that evil? Is there a similar thing, very nearly identical, that I don't think is evil? Is it equal or is evil? You see, these we go around as that we know what we're talking about, and we don't know what we're talking about. Especially in the English language. I can't vouch for many other languages. I'm pretty sure I was going to find that in the Western European tradition. I've read enough European literature. I'm not seeing a difference in kind. We are just taking every little thing, every little word, and giving it like fucked up alternate meanings. It's like societal convention meanings. At a time when civilization is evolving rapidly, we need somebody like me who understands how to bring on artistic flow at the metaphysical level of talking about humanness. With 50 years of wise, independent scholarship, self-study, self-experimentations, and just astute observation. There's a reason philosophers sit on Parisian cafes and sip on a squash. Thank you, Carnegie Mellon, for giving me the opportunity to spend my junior and senior years at the l'Institut Catholique en Paris. Privilege. That I used well. The first year, friends were Spanish. A couple of the Austrian guys were the big sort of quarterbacks. I can't come up with a better word. And America, U.S. of hypocrisy, we don't have good words for people. Like their roles in society, like their personalities, like their archetypes. Like I'm the Buddha archetype. Stop being, you're so complex, stop being confusing. I'm meaning to be confusing, because I'm not being confusing. If you had the 3 or 4 premises I think I've seeded in my work that are being communicated in my full electromagnetic presentation to you, I'm doing hand signals and facial movements and body things, I'm thinking I'm referencing you back to, footnote 1, 2, 3, 4, which would be skits, bits in my Standup Philosophy act. # Redheaded She-Hulk. Would somebody write me a blank check already? Best day of my life. So far. Most furthest I've gotten, and I got the just retired VP of Research to refer me to someone who's the head of the Schwartz Center for Entrepreneurship, who I just popped right out at 90 minutes later with an elevator pitch. Just might go down in history. Just go down in history. I ended with, like Richard Branson says, screw business as usual. Okay, she seems like a child, but she knows precisely what she's talking about. She knows precisely who nobody's, if you think you're creating the next virgin, somebody got to talk to you. And that's the currency over in the business school. I've done similar things to varying degrees of success. Again, I don't quite know how to make that kind of rapport with a biomedical engineer. But with a number of the philosophers I did, and the psychologists, neuroscientists, I think I've been, if they read it, not scroll through it, like actually building rapport, like, well, this is what I know about neuroscience, this is what I know about, John, and the guy who's the mindfulness meditation guy, I'm like, wrote him, filmed him a video, all of describing my respect and love for John Kabat-Zinn. Like I'm saying, this is how broadly I think. I just make rapport with you at a very high level, instantaneously. It's something I've previously thought about. Explaining being human so creatively, so much. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. It does. And I know, there's corporeal time limits. Whether I'll ever get to say everything, I don't think I'm like the one. It's not in like this like iconic way. I am an iconoclastista. It's not like it doesn't matter whether anyone knows me. If I could teach this skill to one other person, if I could stay alive, get some comfort, and then teach it to a few other people. It's the ripples. It's the direct one-on-one with some friends. I think the recording stopped.